Dan, wake up. Dan, come on. You gotta wake up. It's time for the podcast.
Oh, God, man. What time is it?
It's 7 o'clock on Wednesday. What's wrong with you, man?
I think I've been out for a little longer than 4 hours.
It's a long weekend. It was a long weekend.
Indeed. But it was an awesome weekend.
It was.
It was our Extra Life weekend.
Hey guys, this is Dan of Board Gamers Anonymous. We have a special online option for our contest now. If you donate $10 or more to Extra Life within the continental United States, give us a message at questions@boardgamersanonymous.com or hit us up on Facebook and Twitter letting us know you entered. As long as you donate a minimum of $10, we're going to put your name in for an entry, in which case we have multiple prizes to give away.
Yeah, we have copies of Revolution, Mermaid Reign, Survive, the Dominant Species card game, and the Icon superpowered role-playing game that we keep talking about.
So you definitely want to take this opportunity to jump right in, especially if you hadn't had a chance to be at the Extra Life event. It's a great opportunity to help children in need and to get yourself a really great game.
So after you donate for Extra Life, follow us on Twitter at BGA Podcast and like us on Facebook.
So the deadline for that entry is November 20th, so make sure you get to your computer, jump on your smartphone, and give those pledges. And we also just want to say a thank you to everyone that's already donated, and we're looking forward to hearing from you guys soon.
Welcome to Board Gamers Anonymous. This is a podcast about gamers and the insane fun we have at the table together. This is Anthony.
This is Dan.
This is Kim.
Hey gamers, this is Chris.
All right, guys, welcome to episode 12. This is the post-Extra Life edition of Board Gamers Anonymous. So, as you can guess, we're still recovering.
We made it though.
We made it.
We did. And several of us made it the whole 25.
Yes, we did.
And some of us napped in a chair.
Why, Dan? Why would you say that? I went caffeine free. I took my own special challenge.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know how you even begun to think that was going to work.
Now, people repeatedly ask me, like, Chris okay? I'm like, he doesn't drink caffeine. They're like, oh.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, washing down a large coffee with a 16-ounce Red Bull was pretty awesome. Those two flavors, by the way, don't go too well together.
No, but you're awake.
Yeah, I definitely was.
I mean, we were a version of awake between the two of us.
Yeah, when we were, like, really loopy and combining games.
Yeah, that was great.
It's like, I want to play Hero Click Summoner Wars.
We go to the car, bring a game back. I'm like, what are we doing with this? Does someone want to play? This is a tire.
And then it was best was the clocks went back an hour. So it was like, hey, it's 3 o'clock. No, it's back. We lost a whole hour.
That was literally the worst moment of the day. I wanted to cry a little.
But the one thing I did love is just like on that verge of no sleep, me and Anthony were like, oh man, we should do like Lords of Waterdeep again. We got like 5 hours left. We went out, we got the game, we came back in, we asked one person, you want to play Lords of Waterdeep? And they're like, I don't know. I'm like, all right, well, the hell with this idea. We're like, we'll just do this another time. Put the box down and that was it.
Yeah,
Too tired to try.
It was pretty bad, yeah. And of course, the one person who made it the strongest the whole way was Kim, who we thought would be asleep by 10.
Oh yeah, we actually had like money on a pool on it and everything.
She destroyed us.
I thought I was going to be asleep by 9. Funny thing.
But my favorite thing of that night though was just seeing everyone breaking out those games that we have yet to see.
Sure.
Like I finally got to see Zombicide in action.
Oh my goodness.
Did you see anything but Zombicide in action?
Yeah,
Frank's Zombicide. That's the story of the night.
When he used both expansions and it took up 2 full tables and there was just legions of those zombie icons on the side. I'm like, what is happening here?
Yeah, he played 12 hours of Zombicide.
Yeah, one game took like 9.
Sure.
The game with both the expansions at the same time, that was berserk.
Yeah, they were there till like, what, 2:30 or 3 in the afternoon?
Yeah.
We went home at 9:30 a.m.
They started setting up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
5 a.m. is when they started and they didn't get done
And
until
then he
12.
went home, and then he went to work, and then he came back.
And played again.
Yes.
Wow.
Frank likes Zombicide.
I was going to say, I mean, you got to admire someone that can love the game that much where it's just like, as soon as the game's done, again, now. We're playing again now.
Yeah. No, he texted me on Facebook and apologized that he didn't get Formula D out. And I was like, no, man, it was totally worth it, because when are you ever going to do that ever again?
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome.
Clearly Zombie's got his brains.
Yeah. He made sure to tell me that they won. They beat the zombies. So.
I'm sure at that hour it was just delusional. Yeah, we won. It's
Yeah,
fine.
let's just knock them. They're dead now, see?
That works too. Why would we be using the dice the entire time?
But I mean, I gotta say, like, after seeing that game in action, I want to play it bad now because it looks amazing. But when I just saw how many chits and how many miniatures and everything else, I was just like, I don't know if my brain can process all this in one sitting.
Well, you need the 6 hours or whatever it takes to play it.
I feel like, you know, like it's almost flashbacks to like the first time we played Rune Wars.
Yeah.
Where I think we know what we're doing.
Well, the
2
first
seasons in, we don't know what we're doing.
the first time Frank broke out Zombicide, I played it with him. And I had the girl who was wearing the roller skates, so she moved extra
You just
distance.
ended the game in 10 minutes.
And I ended the game on my second turn. I was like, done. And Frank was like, what?
How did that happen? Like, what is it? You had to like find something, like an item or something?
Frank didn't get some of the rules correct. So like you had to get to like a certain objective.
Yeah.
And like he didn't spawn the zombies correctly. So I kind of skated right past the zombies, got to the objective like on the second turn. It was like, oh, that was a game, I guess.
So for a zombie apocalypse, things were surprisingly barren.
Well, if you have
It was
roller
a tutorial
skates,
game. It was a tutorial.
yeah.
And it was like 11 o'clock, so, you know, we were tired anyways. It was not an extra life night.
No, it was not.
I want to go home. We're done.
We're done. Like, can I do this and then do this? Yeah, you can. Okay, I'm done.
I just want to see that episode of Walking Dead. We need this medicine, everyone's gonna die. They go in, get it, leave, problem solved. Like no adversity,
No drama.
obstacle.
Everybody's alive. They're happy.
No scary music. They
Cooking
just-
s'mores.
That's
and
because
roller skating.
They didn't have roller skates. If they only had roller skates,
I know, right?
would have saved everything. it's the zombies' one weakness:
Roller skates.
roller skates.
Oh, yeah. So, Extra Life, you know, all kidding aside, was amazing. It went exactly as planned. 3 times as good as we planned. Couldn't even imagine it going this well. It was awesome.
And then probably we should, and it's gonna be quite a long list. I don't know if you have it all prepared, but there's so many people to thank.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I mean, everybody who came out, I think we had, I don't have a total number, but I'm estimating around 75 to 80 people came out, which is amazing. We were hoping for 35.
Yeah, we ran out of tables, we ran out of chairs, we were pulling chairs in from other places. We had people walking around the store, even looking just for a place to play because we had so many people there. And I know originally we were a little concerned, but man, we packed that store for a consistent amount of time.
Yeah,
and
it was
even
awesome.
And even when we ended, we had a lot of people there. There were games going. It's 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning. Games are still going. People are still playing.
Yeah, I mean, at 8, I was shocked that like 4 of the tables were in use at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Sure.
Yeah, so many people made it. And we were afraid we'd be the only ones there, you know, after 5 a.m., but there was a good 20 people in the store with us 8 o'clock in the morning.
And there was people still coming, which was strange too.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah, that was really good too. And by the way, I want to give a special shout out to Mike Miley, who, despite the advice of everyone around him, made the full 25 hours.
Yeah, he did.
Like 5 hours before the event was over, people were like, you should go home. You should lay down. He was a trooper. He stuck it out.
He stuck it out.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody that tired still awake.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think he actually retained the last 3 hours of the event either.
It was a sleep-induced blackout. It's not...
Yeah, because like at one point, like we were just like, hey, let's just buy some random hero clicks and start a war with each other. And he's like, we're doing it. We bought 8 hero clicks. We, you know, took turns drafting them or whatever, and then he just like kind of was sleeping with them in his hand. And then we didn't have a map, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna attack, and he's rolling hero clicks instead of dice. I'm like, sure, you hit, why not? You win. He's like, cool, I'm good. And then he just walked away. It was awesome.
Yeah, but that was the best part of the whole thing. Like, all the people who came out and everybody was just so excited to be there the whole time. I mean, I got there at 9:45 with the back of my car full of games.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and before we thank anybody else, we have to thank all the publishers and designers who sent us so much stuff.
I know, and what was great is we had, like, once people saw that table of the prizes, everyone was like, I want to get more chances. I want to donate more. And that's what was fantastic. Like, everyone that gave us prizes for those giveaways, thank you so much, because we raked in, like, 4 times what we were aiming for. And plus, we're still running the online option, too.
Yeah, you should check out Facebook because we have a great photo of the games all set up. And it's almost a shame that you can't see all of the games, but literally a wall full of games. Great games. Everyone was really excited, and it kept everyone's energy going to the end of the event.
Yeah, you know, people like Earl, who was just, you know, jumping up and down every time the raffle came out.
Yeah.
Raffle! When my voice started to go around midnight, he was taking over for me. It was great.
It was great. And one of my favorites was one of the early wins was the downfall of Pompeii.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mike won that. Yeah.
And it was great because everyone's like, "Oh, what is this?" And like when somebody heard it's like Survive except with fire instead of water, they're like, "This is awesome!"
And they broke that out immediately and started playing it, which was great.
Yeah, and I love the little volcano where you actually chuck the people into it with it. That was so cool.
Yeah, that was one of the best parts is when somebody would like open up a game right away or do something creative like with Zombicide or Earl stacking his Tok Woodman, like 3 high.
Yeah, because it's like three games combined.
Yeah, we had 3 trees high.
Yeah.
And Kim and I played for the first time, and that was a lot of fun. How'd you do, Kim?
I got negative 70 points.
Nice.
All right.
All right.
Did you just punch the bottom of it?
I killed that tree.
Ashes are for the weak. Bam.
Because what he did was they put the 3 trees close together. So we took 2 swings on each tree. This was afterwards. We took 2 swings on each tree. So the first one, I got like 1 point. And then the second one, I went to get it and it knocked into the other tree and they both fell down.
Aw.
It's like, I'm out.
Yeah, but that was an extreme tree rules. That was
It
a
was
little
fun
bit different. Yeah. And we also have to thank Paul from Myriad Games Staten Island for keeping the store open as long as he did and staying with us because that was an incredibly long event to have to run a store.
And that was another thing that was great too, because originally he was just going to stop by for a few hours and his staff was going to run the store. And then he just went, I'll write it out too. And he stuck around with us the whole night. And then he was opening the next day.
Sure.
So he's another champ, man. I give him tons of credit for being able to last that long.
And that's one of the things that's really important. So while you may be buying some games online, definitely support your local game stores because they're just as big as fans as you are and they really support the hobby. So Paul did a great job and we really encouraged and saw a lot of people buying games and miniatures the whole night. So that was great to see too.
And that was one thing that was awesome too. Like, just by people playing these different games, people, as soon as they saw them, like, I haven't played this in so long, I'm going to get it right now.
Yes.
And it's so cool because once you're in that environment, like once you're around with your friends and everyone's picking up a few titles, it's just going to be like a cascade of fun because you're going to try out this, you're going to go for this game, and that's something you can only get in your local game stores.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just run down some of the people we have to thank because there's just a lot of them, and hopefully we don't forget anybody because
Did you write a list or?
I did not write a list, but we're
There's
going
too
to
many-
try to remember.
I think there's too many people for a list.
Yeah.
Because, like we said, we had 75, 85 people and probably more because we couldn't keep track of all the people coming in and out. Paul obviously running the store and his staff, Brian and Andrew, great help. Yelovich was tremendous. He was running a game for, I think, a good dozen hours himself, which really helped the donations a big deal and really appreciate that. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. DJ Meeple.
DJ
Brian.
Meeple. We had our very own DJ the entire night, and he was running his playlist, which was tremendous. So we had music the entire time. And, I mean, obviously, big shout out to Sherry from Staten Island Board Gamers, which we're all a part of. She pulled in a lot of money. She, contacted her school and the children, and they donated a big chunk of money for the charity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
that's
mean,
fantastic.
even in general, just like there was some people like that was randomly stopping in, like going to the shop next door, and then they heard all the noise, came, checked out what's going on, and every so often a couple people were like, oh, can I just donate like $2-3 whatever? So just random passerbys, just from seeing what was going on, was coming in to check it out, which was another great thing. So basically, I mean, because like you said, the list is so long. If I made eye contact with you, shook hands with you, played a game with you, talked to you, or got in any correspondence with you in the last 2 weeks, I just want to say thanks.
Yeah, we had to thank New York One. We were actually on the news
Yeah, which was
for the
pretty awesome,
event.
too.
It was great.
Yeah.
So a big shout out to Allison for interviewing us and recording that event for broadcast because I think that brought some people in as well.
Yeah, it was fantastic. She was waiting there when I got there in the morning. I was like, this is going to be a good day. This is the good way to start.
And especially to all our friends, all our listeners, all the gamers who came in, who donated money, who supported us, who brought in donations to give, to raffle off or auction off during the day. And definitely a big shout out to George, who just completely dominated the auctions by bringing so many great games that you would never have an option to get to. And it was like, wow, I remember hearing about this game. And, for a couple of bucks for the charity, you got to play classic games that you never thought you would see again.
Yeah, the looks on people's faces opening up those maps.
Yeah.
Those old 50s and 60s, 70s Avalon Hill games.
Yes.
That was pretty awesome. Yeah, and Drew was a great help too. He brought in a lot of games for us.
Yeah, Drew and his his friends and game designers and game publishers and reporters, they all brought a lot of games down, and it was really exciting to see all the games just lined up there, and everyone excited to see, especially for the new publishers that gave us new games that we could kind of show to a huge amount of people, demo it there. Everyone got excited, and everyone was asking us where we got the game and where they could get it. And a big thanks to us, obviously all the publishers, game designers, Steve Jackson Games for such a large donation that really kind of gave us a basis to keep running raffles the entire night.
Yeah, and it was also good to see so many people walking out with something.
Yes.
Like, we were able to give them a little something back and everything, which was awesome. Because, you know, anyone that went that long in the night, anyone that was playing games 10, 12, 14 hours, it was good to see people, like, walk away happy. Everyone, like, had a good time. Everyone felt like they got a little something, and everyone gave, which was fantastic.
Yeah, 8 a.m. I think it was. I was like, we should see who hasn't won, and then kind of put their name in the raffle. Everybody had won except one person. So there was like 20 of us there. I'm like, that's perfect raffle. You know? Like, and some people won multiple times. Everybody bought multiple tickets, but there was just that many prizes out there, that many options, the auction, everything else. It was really cool. I don't feel like anybody went home disappointed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was just such a good time.
And we a big shout out to our friend John, one of our listeners, who stayed the entire time as well.
Yeah, John, it was great to meet you. And yeah, he joined us. I played Catan with you. You played Spirium with Dan, right?
Yeah, and I still haven't gotten to play Catan.
Yeah, that's right. We really just
he
set it
got
up.
to play it and I didn't with you, and I was like,
Yeah, we set it up for the news cameras, and it was Rob's like old school, like first edition Settlers of Catan.
That thing looked awesome.
So it was really cool, like the wood pieces, no plastic.
And then like on one of our like auctions, there was the travel version of Catan. I was like, I'm gonna go for this, and I won it. I beat our friend Frank by just a couple bucks on the bid, and he had that sad puppy dog face. And I'm like, hey Frank, you want to trade? Like, you know, so I had Catan for all of 14, maybe 17 seconds, and then just as quick as I got it, I lost it. So
fortunately for you, I have the exact same copy.
Yeah, no,
you can borrow
I
it.
still got to learn how to play that game.
Sure.
That's the bucket list.
Yeah, very much. Figure start with the incredibly heavy Euros, then learn the classics, you know.
Yeah. Then I'll be like, what is this? Why is it so boring?
The one thing I can't wait for, though, is like I'm looking forward to the next couple of weeks where when people won those games that they may not have normally gone for. Because, you know, sometimes you're in a store and you're looking at a game, it's like $50 or $60, and you're on the fence. You're not really sure if it's your style. But when you win it, there's no reason not to play it. So I'm looking forward to see like what people thought, like the guys that won Canterbury.
Yeah.
You know, they're into, like, I know that group is into a lot of team games. They like Flashpoint Fire and Rescue, they like Pandemic, Castle Panic. Canterbury, it's kind of interesting because it is a team game with that you're trying to just get a little better for yourself mechanic too. So this will be the first game they have that has that mechanic. So I'm looking forward to see what they think of it. I know when people were playing Downfall of Pompeii, they were incredibly happy. We heard so much cheering from that table, which was a great way to start the day off too. That was hysterical. You know, every so often, like every like 5-10 minutes, you hear, ah! Like when people got the volcano, had to like toss them in the volcano or whatever. So it's really good just to see that, and I'm looking forward to, like, you know, when people are breaking out these new things at the table, get us a chance to try out some new games too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we also want to thank Renee for providing a absolutely incredible ongoing buffet. She actually came up to the store 4 different times, so we had breakfast, lunch, dinner, and breakfast again at 8 a.m. So a real big shout out to Renee. Thank you for everything. Actually, great food and actually healthy food. So you're never really sure if people are going to be into vegan food, and people were kind of running back and forth, and the trays were just empty within minutes, especially for, I think, Renee's brownies.
Oh, yeah.
And the veggie burgers kind of went just like instantly.
The one thing I thought was funny is when there was the 2 trays of wraps, people were like, oh, it's vegan? I don't think, you know, I'm good. And then after like 5 or 6 people went up and got them and then went back for seconds, everyone started going, oh, I'm going to go get one now. Like, like I don't even want it, but I just want to eat it. So you, and it was great because, you know, and that's the other thing that was really good too. Like just having like a good, you know, if you ever like decide to run big events like this, it's a lot of little things you might miss, but just making sure there's a good, like steady influx of food, like fresh foods, you know, like coffee runs. That was another thing that was great. People were doing coffee runs and they were just checking with everyone. So people were going out with like a notepad. And, you know, it's like the little thoughtful things like that really help bring it together. And even if you guys didn't get to have your own Extra Life events, like this was so much fun. I want to just do a big night of gaming like that again. So, I encourage everyone out there, like, set up something with your local game store. Even if you just do a 12-hour, like, hey, we're going to game from 12 to 12 this Saturday. Set up something like that, because it is so awesome being able to just seeing all the people, like people you may not have seen for a while, people get together for events. So you put a little bit of planning in it, set it out, like, throw out that notice like a month in advance, and you get to have all this fun, which is, like, one of the best things in the world.
Especially when you have that many people around. We were able to demo a lot of games that people hadn't seen. So maybe there wasn't enough room for them at the table, but they could actually watch the game and then like, wow, that was a lot of fun. I've seen it on the shelf, haven't got a chance to play it, but now that I saw you guys play it, I'm going to go pick it up.
Yeah, that's what happened with High Command, which was awesome.
Sure.
Love that game. I know it's still not one of your favorites. I don't know, man. I know I shouldn't like it as much as I do, but there's just something about it. I just dig it. I think mainly because it's not Dominion.
Well, I mean, I can't disagree with you there. Physically, it is not Dominion.
Like in Dominion, it's like, okay, discard a card. In this game, it's like, I'm blowing up your tank. Like, I like that. Maybe because it's a little more confrontational, like deck builder, and there's not too many of those. I just love that game so much.
So as far as the 25 hours go, what was your best moment of that whole event?
Teaching people High Command, really, it was great because the game isn't like that popular in our local area. So seeing people going like, oh, can I try that? Can I try that? And having those 8 decks, it was great because multiple people got to try it out. That was really fun. And I got to play Battlestar again.
How'd that go?
It took forever. It was like a 6-hour Battlestar game, which should never, ever, ever happen anywhere ever for anybody. Like, the one thing I noticed in that game is in the beginning when nobody knows who the Cylon is, I get the mistrust and you're trying to figure out what to do. But once you know who the enemy is, that game should just go like this. Like, there should not be, oh, well, if he puts in this, it should just be like, best cards, let's win, let's go home, let's find Earth, let's, like, leave. And for some reason, it was slower once we knew who the enemy was, which is, like, unheard of. But, I mean, it was still great playing.
Sure.
And yet again, I was a human. Boo hiss.
But you won.
Yeah, I won, but, I like being someone who's Cylon.
I think Nick was Cylon.
Yeah, Nick was Cylon, because Nick is always Cylon.
Nick is always a Cylon.
And George was a Cylon, so he stole my thunder.
There you go.
Because I wanted that seat, man. I would have gone to the Cylon card. But yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun playing that game again. Battlestar is like one of my favorite trading mechanic games.
Sure.
Even if it is longer than all the Lord of the Ring movies put together.
Yeah, I mean, I think my favorite gaming moment through the night was when Denise whipped out those custom Time's Up cards at 5 a.m. And now, I was really tired. I was really, really tired. Like, I'm sitting there, and I'm pretty sure there are moments missing from that game.
Oh, yeah.
Because we get to the second or third round, I'm like, I've never heard that card in my life before. And I know that I've heard it at least twice.
Same here.
Yeah.
But the only thing that killed me about the custom cards is some of her friends are way too smart for me.
Yeah.
So even with the hint at the bottom, I'm like, who is this?
Well, it wasn't cool either because the way they split the teams up, it was like everybody who'd played Time's Up 6 times.
And wrote the cards.
Against us.
Yeah.
And like 3 people who'd never played the game before.
But I do like at the end where, so if you never played Time Up, it's basically, is it 30 seconds or 45?
30.
30 seconds, you get these cards. First round, you can say whatever you want, do whatever you want. You can say everything outside of, this card is Jack Black. And your team can take a million guesses. Totally cool. Second round, you're still using those same cards. So you're going to start picking up context clues because the second round, you only get to use one word. But you can still like sing, like dance, like hum tunes, whatever you want to do. Team gets one guess. They get it wrong. Card goes in the back. You go to the next name. Third round, just charades. No sound. Like you can only make sounds but no words. So it got to the point where when you're familiar enough with the cards, people just strike a pose or whatever and they're calling it out. So that's kind of the fun of the game. But when you're delirious from sleep deprivation and it's people you never heard of in your life, you have to get a little creative. So when we went, I saw what the 6 cards were in the order. And then when it was our team again, I was just calling out those cards in the order. So our actor was just like, and we were getting them. And everyone on the other team was like, what is happening? But
that was great,
fun,
too, because
yeah.
it was Tom, who couldn't even hold his stuff together.
Oh, yeah.
He was just hysterical the whole time.
He was crying laughing, which was one of the greatest things I ever saw in my life. At one point, he saw a card that he thought was so funny. He just stood there crying for 30 seconds, and we're like, I don't know who this is supposed to be.
But it's really funny.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I mean, we got demolished by like 40 points. It was embarrassing, our score at the end, but it was still...
But Denise was spot on. That was the best game to play at 5 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
It was the last game I played.
Yeah.
Because after that, I was like, I can't even. I need to walk around. And
You guys just kept walking around like, you want to play this? And you'd wander away. Just like, you'd forget what you were saying. Like, we should play this. I gotta walk over here for a second.
When's the next raffle, you guys? And I wouldn't even know if someone would just yell at me. Are we doing a raffle? Oh, yeah.
Sure we are.
Time is it.
It kept people going. They
Yeah,
kept
it
looking
did.
forward to the raffles, and I think that was some of the best parts too. We thought it was, you play the tickets, people would kind of be like, oh, who won? That's fine. But there was just like outrageous explosions each and every time there was a raffle.
Yeah.
Well, and my favorite was it was almost like the New Year's Eve drop, because like every so often, like, 2 minutes to raffle, like from the back. That was great. It was like people were like so jonesing for those.
During the heart of it, when the most people were there, people would start coming up to me like 8 minutes beforehand. Like, it's the raffle time? It's the raffle time, right? Because the clock on the wall was
fast.
6 minutes fast.
Yeah, and they're like, my ticket's in the box, right? Can you make sure my
and I
ticket's
mean,
there?
we got 10 minutes, and I'm playing a game, and no, go away.
I think it was funny too that Crossmasters, one of the games that a lot of people wanted, just sat there for almost the entire
That was like our
night.
7 o'clock winner or something like
Yeah,
that.
Frank won at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
It only came out one time before that, and it was the one person in the room who already owned it.
Yeah. So, but like that, and that was great too, because Frank, his face lit up when he saw he
Yeah.
won that game, because that game is awesome.
Yeah.
It remains one of the things that it's so cute and adorable, and when you play it, it's just brutal and cutthroat. So it's like it has a.
He already said that he's going to buy all the expansions now too.
But it's Frank.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got to put 3 Zombicide expansions in one night. Why wouldn't he?
It's true.
Because I think he has the titanium at Myriad too.
He does.
So.
We've ruined his life.
Look what you did.
12-hour Crossmaster.
You're welcome, Myriad Games.
When we say Board Gamers Anonymous because it's addictive, we're kind of stating the truth there.
Yeah, we're both the sponsors and the dealers. It's
Exactly.
So, what about you, Kim? What would you say your favorite moment was of the event?
Well, I only got to play one game that entire time.
Yeah, you
So-
were a rock star. You were just
I
all
was
over the
just-
place all day.
I was trying to get people to play games. Like that kid John. He comes into the store. I didn't know that. He's in the store every so often. Denise knows him, and I saw him. Like he'll be just standing there, and that's what I did to get Spirium. It's like, how have you ever played Spirium before? I was like, no. I was like, damn, bring out Spirium so I could play it. And then I also like tried to go to him into playing Zombicide and other stuff. So it was good.
And I love that you suggest that, because it was great. When I was walking through the store with that box, people were like, oh, you're doing Spirium now? Well, this is going to be done in an hour. Can I play Spirium in an hour? People would just... That game, I guess it picked up a bit in the popularity. Maybe people heard the podcast.
Maybe.
But that game is awesome. It's still one of my favorite things whenever we get to play it together.
I think I played 2 games. You and I played 2 games. It was
Summoner Wars.
we played 1 game of Summoner Wars, and we also played Boss Monster.
Yeah, Boss Monster.
Played 1 game of that.
And one thing I love is when we're talking about just like people from different gaming backgrounds coming together for this stuff. One of the guys that you were playing Boss Monster with, this guy Paul, he's one of the HeroClix players. He's never played any of these type of board games before. But once we told him, it's like, hey, did you ever play 8-Bit Nintendo? Go play Boss Monster. And he liked it. He said it was a good game.
Yeah, we have fun with Paul.
Yeah, I got lucky. I had one of those rooms where you could discard a room to get a spell, and then at the end I had a handful of spell cards, and I was like, and Anthony's like, Chris is only one more guy away from winning the game, and you guys just started like throwing cards at me. I was like, yeah, counter.
Munchkin.
Counter.
It turned into Munchkin.
It turned into Munchkin.
Did you actually just do it where you didn't even look at anyone? You just threw the hand of cards on the table, and it's like, no.
I'm pretty sure I win, guys. Just stop.
And then
we'll put the game away.
I think you were saying Paul. He played a card for everyone to discard their hand.
Yeah,
so I
Jeopardy.
lost all of my cards, but then got lucky and pulled one up that was able to take out the last guy.
Yeah, it was everybody got 2 rooms and 1 spell. So we were all reset to 0, but you got the 1 spell and we couldn't do anything about it.
Sure.
So.
But that one room was discard a room and get a spell, which just kind of
Yeah.
It's a little broken in that way, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love that game. It's fun, and it doesn't take long, even when it does kind of drag at the end.
Who won Boss Monster from the raffle?
I want to say Miley.
I think it might have been Miley because he was really excited because he got the signed promo
Yeah.
with it too.
Yeah.
That
He
was
very
beautiful.
excited. Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to see that in action. That thing looked awesome.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We tried to get him to pull it out, and he wasn't sure he wanted to.
He's like, it's too pretty to open.
Yeah, just keep it in the yeah.
You can borrow a sleeve, man. Just put it.
Just keep it in that hard plastic sleeve.
Get it in
Just
the game. It's the boss. It doesn't move.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that game is really fun too. That's another one I want to break out for again because I haven't got to play that one in a couple of weeks either.
Yeah. Yeah. Luckily, it's quick. It's not like all the other games we didn't quite get to.
Yeah.
Take 3 hours.
So just once again, a big thank you to everyone for showing up, supporting us, bringing in games, donations, all the publishers, all the game designers, Paul from the store, Brian, Andrew, Yelovich, everyone who helped out, our family, our friends, the donations of food, Renee's food, everyone who made like Dan was saying, a coffee run, and everyone who just participated. Coming down that day, it was a great atmosphere. Everyone loved it. The demoing went continuous throughout the whole entire day. Everybody was appreciative of the industry and all the games that we were playing. So thank you to everybody, and hopefully we'll come back again next year and even do it bigger.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, we're going to have to rent some space next year.
I think so. We need to get a bigger store.
Just take over that yogurt shop next door. Everyone out. This is ours now.
We're going to buy yogurt. Don't worry.
So just keep those taps flowing. Everyone load up your cup. Now I got one question for you guys. Now we saw a whole bunch of games there. We saw people breaking out games of yesteryear and everything. Question: is there anything on the horizon that you're looking for?
Well, I'm definitely looking at Caverna. That looks like a lot of fun. It's getting some great reviews. I'm actually a fan of Agricola, or as our podcast friends call it, misery farming.
I love that name.
That's a bit that.
Misery Farm.
Every time I hear that, I laugh. It's great.
Because it's true.
It's so true.
And I got to be honest, like, you look at the game, you're like, this is going to be horrible, but it's so much fun.
My favorite thing.
Just don't want to do it.
I know. It's just I love the feeling in that game. It's like, oh, do you want to feed your kids? But you have to eat your pet. It's like the game of the worst choices ever.
Well, actually, this time Earl broke it out with heating the houses, which was a new...
The Moors.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you actually had to heat your rooms in the houses, and you had to chop down the trees that were over your land, and it was... I'm like, why would you do this? Why would you make this game so much harder?
I was going to say, if there's one thing Agricola was lacking, it was adversity.
Yes. Let's add another 3 levels of complexity.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it. And a lot more complexity, a lot more randomness, because you get a card that begins the game. It shows you where the moors go and where the trees go. So my card had the moors and the trees surrounding my building area. So before I could even get started, I had to kind of like wipe everything away. A lot of fun, definitely an additional dynamic, but I'm hearing Caverna is actually even better.
Yeah.
I don't love Agricola, but I do want to try Caverna. And it's not that I dislike this type of game. I played Gates of Loyang the other night with Drew, and I liked that. So
It's good.
Did you like it better?
than Agricola?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Was
Yeah.
it because of the lack of gluten?
Because you don't have to eat your pets.
Well, there's still wheat. There's still wheat.
Okay.
It is vegetarian though. That's
right.
nice. It's more of a marketplace type game. You're not growing things so much as, I mean, you grow them, but it's not about farming and keeping your kids alive so much as
I
selling.
like games where you don't have to keep your kids alive.
Yeah, it's easier. You don't have to worry about it.
Fend for yourselves.
We were gonna assume they're okay. It was fun though, and it's a little quicker. I mean, it wasn't quicker the time we played it, but I can tell it's a quicker game.
That's what I hear about Caverna. It's not as brutal as far as being able to feed your family. There's a lot of ways to do that. And it doesn't have the card drafting mechanic. You don't have a pile of cards, but there's a ton of tiles that you can buy throughout the game that gives you additional bonus points.
That's the thing. I mean, I've been looking up that game more and more, and it does look so awesome. Now, the one thing that kind of scares me is this game is going to be pricey.
Sure.
I think it's like $90. Yeah,
Ouch.
that's a lot of dollars.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you guys are interested, I would definitely gladly pull in on this one. I mean, it does look really cool. The components look really nice. I mean, the fact that it's like with a cave and everything, I don't know, maybe it's just those D&D instincts kicking into me, but I'm like, yeah, that's going to be better. There's no reason it should be, but it fits into that theme that I like. But I mean, and it's a Z-Man game.
Sure.
Z-Man has made a lot of awesome stuff in the past. So.
And speaking about Z-Man game, you were talking about Terra Mystica.
Yeah, Terra Mystica has just got re-released recently, and this thing has been flying off the shelves. I've checked a few online retailers where last week it's like 165 copies in. Today it's like 22. Yeah.
I know people have been talking about that for a long time.
They've been waiting for a reprint of this game for ages.
Yeah.
So I'm picking up one because I figure if I don't get it now, I might really regret it in like 2 months from now.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I looked up a little bit about how the game works. It sounds a little similar to Canterbury in the regards of it's not random and dice rolls and luck. It's a lot of your planning. What do you want to build up? What do you want to invest in? And like everything can be built up multi-level. So there's like a religion track, and there's like production, and you know your resource pools and everything. So it definitely looks awesome. There is a ton of wooden components, buildings and pieces and cubes, and so I mean there's at least a lot of component weight for what you're paying for. And I figure, like I said, I mean, something that I want to grab now. Let's just say somehow this thing bombs out and we don't like it, which I'm sure we're gonna. This is like a game that you can probably flip in
easily.
like 5 months for
when it's out of print again.
Yeah, which I mean, a lot of these games, you know, if there's a game that you've ever been on the fence about, you know, sometimes you got to pick it up because if you don't, you really regret it. Like me with Bootleggers. I'm still waiting for that re-release because I didn't grab it the first time I saw it, and I'm regretting it every time. I want those stupid little trucks. So,
I don't care how it plays. It has trucks.
It has trucks and guns. You know, how can you go wrong with that?
Trucks and guns.
Yeah.
That was another highlight of the event.
Trucks and guns?
Cash and guns.
Oh, yeah.
At like, what, 7:30, 8:30 in the morning with Casey and his
Oh,
kids.
yeah. That game was hysterical.
Yeah.
It was so simple and so...
Getting shot to death by 9-year-olds.
Yeah.
That was good.
I don't like that. Now your money's mine. Yeah, like, did you see this game, Cash and Guns, by the way?
So you had like foam guns, and you were pointing at one another,
Yeah.
and then you put it away, and then you pointed at somebody else. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, it's literally the game is 1, 2, 3, aim your gun at somebody, and then you turn over whether or not you used real bullets, because you only have so many bullets in the chamber, and then if somebody gets taken out, they don't get any cut of that prize pool, and the money gets distributed evenly, and it's just trying to get the most money by murdering your friends.
And it's these giant orange guns.
Oh yeah.
So it's like you're looking over from another table, like, and what is going on over there?
All I know is that game is what Monopoly should be. I'm ruining friendships and I'm killing friends and I'm taking all their money, and it's over in 10 minutes.
Exactly.
That's
So it
what-
doesn't last long enough to actually hate each other.
And I also love the fact, like, oh, you've been shot. Okay, flip your guy face down, and then you get a Band-Aid. Because that's what happens after someone gets shot, Band-Aids. But yeah, it's a game I definitely want you to try out. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it, Kim.
It sounds complicated, actually. It's like, but wait,
Point your gun at somebody. What's hard on that?
but you're pointing the gun at somebody, and what are you doing? You flip a card and
You
get
choose a card from
bullets?
the pile. You actually, yeah, like, there's blanks, you get 2 bullets, and then a super fast bullet that beats other bullets.
Super bullets.
Yeah. So you get either click, click, bang, or bang, bang, bang.
Okay.
And that's it. It is one of the fastest games ever.
It was perfect at 7:30 in the
Oh,
morning.
yeah.
What if nobody points at you, though?
Then you know you're not going to get killed, and you're
You don't
definitely in
have
the
to
cut of
flip it
money for
over?
money. No, you still flip over because you may have shot somebody else, and then you're taking their cut of the money, and you're safe. You're going to get cash that round. So it was simple. I just looked at Anthony. I'm like, hey, you're wearing the same hat I am. I'm not going to shoot you at any time soon. So we just get pointed at everyone else at the table. And at one point, every other gun was only on us.
How did it feel pointing it at a 9-year-old?
It was pretty funny. I liked it. There is one thing we did get to do, though. We got to do the last event on the Fear Itself HeroClix tournament.
That's right.
And Kim danned it.
Yay!
We've
I
all
had help.
danned it.
I did have help.
Yeah, no, but you know what? You also put your team together. You figured out who you wanted. And she ended up winning this null HeroClix.
Which is awesome. I'm holding it right now.
Yeah, it basically, it almost looks like aliens.
And it's all black, so they couldn't mess up the paint.
Yeah.
They would find a way.
It's WizKid's crowning jewel of their HeroClix. It's basically, this thing is beast. He just destroys people. One of his attacks that I love is actually called Break Everything. So you can't go wrong with something called
Pretty
Break Everything.
self-explanatory, yeah.
Yeah, but it was really awesome seeing Kim. First time in a HeroClix tournament. She won for her side, which I believe you were the mighty. Or no, you were the worthy.
The worthy.
And that was awesome.
Yeah, I got a chance this week to pick up King of Tokyo, the Halloween edition.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I picked up from Myriad during the Extra Life event,
Awesome.
and got a chance to play it. A lot of fun. It's still the basic same dice. It's additional cards that go with the cards that you tend to purchase in the game. But the costume artwork is tremendous, and you could have multiple costumes. And since we didn't play with it before, we stacked it all on the top, so everyone got to play through the costumes, which was really a lot of fun.
That's cool.
And if you attack somebody with 3 claws, you could pay the cost to steal their costume. So Earl, I think, was a princess zombie, and Brian had the cheerleader. And if you're the cheerleader, if you cheer another monster's attack, they get an additional damage against somebody else. So Brian was over there cheering the entire
That's
time.
hilarious.
That is really good.
So it was a lot of fun, and we talked about this previously. You get 2 new characters, and with their evolutions, there's a new type of evolution called a treat evolution. So since these were like Halloween versions, you got to kind of give like one of the evolutions was a candy. You give a candy treat to someone, and it negates all the damage you would take that turn, but they get the card. So they can play it later on
That's
in the
kinda
game.
cool.
So those treats kind of bounce around throughout the game. It was a lot of fun. It's definitely worth picking up.
Yeah, you played that game a couple of times too, right? Like I saw you break out like 2 rounds of it.
Yeah, it was
And then-
it was great. It was pretty quick too, and we had a bunch of new people playing at the event, so a lot of fun.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I got to get it on 1 round of that.
And I should say one thing: when you go through the deck of cards, one of the cards in there actually has the apartment building from Ghostbusters.
Nice.
And it
Yeah,
says
that's right.
and it says in the pack, this card cannot be used with this game. It has to be used with the Manhattan cards.
Yeah, King of New York.
King of New York is going to be coming out. That's the big surprise that they were kind of holding back. There's going to be a full box version of King of Tokyo, but King of New York with new monsters and new abilities and new cards.
I want that.
So they're already
Sounds
out.
cool.
And I've been talking about this for a while. Why, you're going to have monsters. Why you're not going to have the Marshmallow Man, right?
There's going to be something incredibly close.
Yes, it's going to be fun.
There's going to be like Tasty Puffy Guy or
Yeah,
something.
Tasty Puffy Guy. Legally distinct
Yeah.
Tasty Puffy Guy.
I'm
Red
just-
stripe on the hat.
That's
yeah,
right.
I just want to know if there's something you can do to animate the Statue of Liberty to fight him.
That'd be awesome. That was one of the costumes, though, the Statue of Liberty costume.
Yeah.
And it was cute because the monster in the picture has 1 eye. So, yeah, it's pretty cute.
That's good.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Yeah, so I mean, even though we didn't get too much else in besides the event this week, I'm looking forward to this weekend. I'm feeling my battery's kind of back at a good level.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to
recharged.
getting a lot of gaming in.
Yeah. And we got a couple, too, sitting there waiting to be reviewed.
Oh yeah.
So we got to whip them out. I know Brian's pestering me. When are you going to review Amerigo? I'm like,
yeah.
I was reading the book today. The game looks amazing. So
Yeah, so next episode, we're going to have a ton of new game reviews for you.
All right, I can't wait for it. In the meanwhile, I think for the end of the night, since we didn't really get to do icons over the event, I want to have you guys do a little bit of icons, and you have your new enemy, Baron von Yellovich.
what's his superpower or nega power?
He's just going to keep saying things of insanity until eventually you're as nuts as he is. But you really enjoy it when it's happening.
The siren song of the Yellow.
Very much.
I can't look away. So funny.
So even though you guys are going to be fighting him, I want you to help me design him, because that is going to be the ultimate arch enemy for our new group.
Yellovich!
From the front of the store. What?
So, all right, guys. So this is Dan signing off.
This is Anthony.
This is Kim.
And this is Chris, and until next time, we'll save you a seat at the table.